The lives of most young men around the world are trash. They have no mental strength, so that whenever they have a choice between a good habit and a bad habit, they cope and always pick the bad one. And this happens every single day. This lifestyle is only going to lead you to unhappiness, brother. You need to learn to be mentally stronger. Want a quick way to get mentally stronger? Take full accountability. One of the things that I really like about Andrew Tate is that he always teaches you to have full accountability. And you can say whatever you want about Tate, because I noticed some of my fans dislike him, and I'm kind of in the middle about him. He has some good advice and some bad advice, but he did change my life for the better. And one of the things I adopted from him that helps me to this day is to take full accountability. I used to get bullied quite heavily, and as you might have guessed, that makes you worse in school. Your sleep is worse. Your brain works worse because it's constantly in the fight or flight state. And so my grades kept getting worse and worse. I went from being a straight A's kid to getting C's and D's. And this continued even after the bullying kind of stopped. I still had that trauma in me, and my grades were still shit because of it. And about a few months of this, I stumbled upon Andrew Tate. I watched one of those motivational Sigma videos where it's like gray and shit, and there he was talking about this exact topic, taking full accountability. And that was when I realized I am letting the kids who bullied me make my future life worse. This was back when I thought that school actually means something when it comes to making money. And so I literally thought I am letting the kids who used to bully me direct my life, so that in the future I will have a worse job and make less money. And that's crazy, right? When you don't take full accountability for everything, you are letting the people you blame take over and direct your life. And that was when I fucking realized that it's my fault my grades are bad. I keep on blaming it on them. And even though it may be mostly their fault because they gave me the trauma that prevented me from learning, that belief doesn't serve me. And so I started actually studying again. And that's when my grades improved by so much. It was never about them. They didn't really affect how I studied anymore, but I just kept on blaming it on them to make myself feel better about being a lazy fuck, because it gave me a sense of safety. And so many people like to be the victims. This isn't just me. Everyone does this from time to time. It gives us a sense of safety. It's a get out of jail free card. These people will blame being fat on others. They blame being depressed on others. They blame not being able to quit porn on others, etc. And that's why they'll stay like that for the rest of their lives. What you need to realize is that even though the bad things in your life might have been caused by other people, it's still mostly your fault. It's your responsibility. Even though you may have gotten fat because you live in America, where they sell mostly shit food, it's still your fault. You caused it yourself because you could have eaten better. It's harder, but it's possible. But you would rather keep on coping, saying it's the government's fault. It's not, bro. You are the one who kept putting the shit food in your mouth. Same thing with depression. You could say it's TikTok's fault you're depressed because it's so addicting. But at the end of the day, you are the one who downloaded it and kept watching even after you realized that it's bad for you. It's your fault you are depressed because you did the actions that led to feeling depressed. And you shouldn't beat yourself up about it, but rather realize that it is your fault and you need to start taking action and fix it. Because even though the bad things in your life may be someone else's fault, that belief doesn't serve you. So why have it? Why should you debilitate yourself with the beliefs you have in your mind? You shouldn't have beliefs that don't serve you. The reason you develop these beliefs is to keep safe from the discomfort of improving. But if you keep on going like this, your life is gonna lead to pure misery. Blaming your faults on others will never make you happy, but taking action will. Once you start realizing that the bad things in your life are your fault, you will get filled with a massive drive to fix them. And so the key to mental strength is to take full accountability, and not being the victim is a crucial part of it. But what you also need to understand is that the actions you do now are gonna lead to something you probably don't want to happen. For example, if you keep on eating the sweeties, it might feel nice on your tongue for a few seconds, but then you will feel the consequences. You will feel trash for the next 2 hours. Taking full accountability means realizing that the time you spend fucking around on TikTok may be fun, but it's gonna lead to you having a low attention span, and it's gonna lead to you being behind on the work you were supposed to do. It's obvious, but so many young men are ignorant of this. You deserve the consequences of your actions. If you did the actions that led to you feeling depressed and suicidal, you deserve to feel depressed and suicidal. But also, if you did the actions that led to you feeling well and feeling nice and accomplished, like going to the gym or meditating, you deserve to feel like that. After every decision, there are consequences, and it is your choice what the consequences will be. And you might be at a point where you realize this and how obvious it is, But then you look around and you see your friends, and they are still willingly choosing to do the actions that lead to a bad life, and they look at you and think that you are the crazy one because you're not destroying your life. What they are doing is, they are at point A, which is sadness, but they want to get to point B, which is happiness. And yet they are so stupid that they think that to get to point B, they have to keep on doing the actions that led them to point A, and they are wondering why they are moving away from point B. It's like going on a road trip, wanting to get to some campsite to sleep over, looking at the map, and realizing that you need to go south. But you start driving north, and you wonder why you are getting further from the campsite. This is stupidity, right? And yet there are so many young men, maybe including you, who still do this, who want a better life, but do the actions that lead them to a worse one. This is mental weakness, because mental strength is choosing the options that will actually get you to where you actually want to go. Even if the thing that you are choosing is hard, every successful person is mentally tough, because they wouldn't be successful if they weren't. In order to be successful, you need to make a series of good life choices and keep on choosing the hard thing over and over. But yet so many people choose to sacrifice their dreams for a bit of pleasure that lasts a few seconds. A successful person will choose the hard thing now and delay the pleasure, and the unsuccessful person would rather take the pleasure now and avoid the pain. But the issue with this video is that the losers who need it the most already got angry, probably left a negative comment below and clicked away. But you probably stayed because you realized that I am right and that you have been slacking lately, and that's good. Realizing that you are not living up to your potential in this modern day is almost like a superpower, because none of your peers will do that. Most of them think they are doing the best they can, and so you should feel proud of yourself for being able to realize this, but also deeply disgusted, because just realizing, oh, I am slacking, is not gonna do anything for you, but taking action will. Realizing that you aren't living up to your potential is good, but you need to do the actions that lead to you being able to live up to your potential, and you need to do this soon, because quite frankly, your competition has been living up to their potential for the past few months. I haven't been slacking. I wake up at 5 and sometimes even 4 a.m. to make these videos. I don't even remember the last time I missed a workout. And you think that you can compete when you are slacking like that. When you start slacking, your competition will rip you apart. Now, we all slack sometimes, but the best of us are able to get back into it faster. And you might still be in the mindset that you are so much better than your competition because the guys at your school aren't on self-improvement. And that's true, but that's not your competition anymore. You've moved up the ranks, and now your competition are people like me who don't slack off, and when they do, they realize it sooner than you and get back into it. Well, anyway, that's it for today. Go click on the subscribe button, share this video with a friend who needs to hear it, join the Wisdom Clan with the link in the description, and go do something productive now. Bye.